Hi, my name's Tim Wallace, and today I'm going to be doing the CSS Battle of the day for July 2nd, 2024. So this is the design we have today. I think the approach I'm going to use is to split the page in half. Inside each half of the page we'll have two more elements, and both the parents are going to be flex containers. I'm going to be using Flexbox for this, I think. So let's start off. We will create two divs to be each half of the page. We need to do some styling on the body to make that happen. We'll give it a display of flex. We're also going to remove the default margin. We can give these names. We'll call this one A and this one B. I'm going to remove this div tag, and we'll replace that with A and B. The width of each of these is going to be 50%, so it takes up half of the page. And the height's going to be 100%, so each half takes up the entire height of the body. We can add the background colors as well. For A, we'll add this white color. For B, we will add the orange. And there we have our two sections of the page now. So now we can move on to the middle sections. We'll add another div here. We can call this C. We'll add another div on each side. We'll call this one D. Since they have unique properties, we're going to need to uniquely identify them. That's why I'm naming them C and D. Let's start on the left side of the page. We'll start with C. We can give this a height and width just to begin with. We'll try 100 pixels, and we'll give it a height of 100 pixels. The color of this will also need to be orange. We're going to need to use this orange. And we're also going to need to make our parent containers A and B, turn those into flex containers. I think what I'm going to do is create a flex class that we can add to all of our different containers. I think it'll just be easier than adding a display flex to every single class or to every single container. I think adding this class to our HTML elements will be a little bit cleaner than having to repeat ourselves for every element. So we'll do display flex, align items center. We're not going to add the justify content to this class because it's going to be different for each side. So we can add this class to our HTML. We're going to add it to this other parent as well. And we can add it to these as well. So we have our four containers, our flex containers. For A, we will need to add a justify content of flex end to move our orange middle div towards the center. There we go. Looks like our orange div is a little bit too narrow. We need to add a little bit more width. That's good. Now we should add the border radius. Starting with the top left, it'll be border radius of 60 pixels, 0, 0, and 60. Moving on to the right side, we're going to use this div D. It will have all the same properties as div C, except for that the background color will be white. Now let's add the circle to the left side, that white circle. We'll call this div E. We're also going to need another one on the right side. We'll call this div F. So for div F, let's start with giving it a width and height. Let's try 50 pixels. Let's also give it a background. This white. And we're going to need a border radius of 50% to turn into a circle. Looks like it's a little bit too small. That looks to be the right size. We just need to move it over. We can give it a little bit of margin. And div F, which will be the orange circle, will be very similar. It'll have all the same properties as E. The difference with F is that the background color will be with that orange. And the last thing we need to do is to rotate div D. We'll rotate 180 degrees and we should be done. We'll add a transform. 180 degrees. There we go. Looks like we have a perfect match. Let's submit it just to be sure. So there we have it. That's my solution for today's challenge. It's using a lot of flex containers. Let me know if you have any other approaches that you'd like to use, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.